Now, you might think that everyone's favorite Metallica punching bag is James Hetfield because he's the table. You don't punch a table, not without, potentially hurting yourself. It's actually Lars Ulrich, of course, because of the drum kit on Lulu, the drum kit on Saint Anger, because he's, a tennis racket, whatever. He's stated now that if Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, that he would consider moving back to Denmark, to the delight, I'm sure, of many people who would say, goodbye, goodbye, go back to where you came from, learn how to drum while you're there, go back to playing tennis and suck at that too, blah, 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 blah. Why is this news, you might be wondering, for two reasons, one of which is relevant and the other of which is completely retarded. But we're going to talk about that one at more length, considering it's not something that is just within this story. It's one that's actually nationwide. The first reason is the fact that Metallica had stated a number of years ago in an interview that they don't like to discuss things like politics and the like during interviews because it divides people, it divides their fan base. Pretty sound business strategy, if you ask me, especially here in 2016, where speaking about politics could probably lead half of your fans to turning their back on you in protest or, taking a knee during your songs, whatever it might be. I don't know. And here we are in 2016, after this statement has come out, and Lars Ulrich, what's he talking about? He's talking about politics. He was pressured by a journalist from Denmark about whether or not this would happen, if he would reconsider coming back home. Now, you might wonder what's the stupid reason. The stupid reason is simple. Well, this was one that was asked by a Danish interviewer while he was in the country of his birth. There are plenty of people that are domestic here in America, that were born and raised here in America, that have said, well, if Donald Trump is elected president, I'm moving to Canada, I'm moving to Mexico, I'm moving to Europe, to Africa, to Japan, I'm going to move to the moon. And they've, of course, done the same thing for if Hillary Clinton is voted president. You're either going to move out of the country or you're going to shoot her or you're going to do something else that's completely and totally idiotic. This is something that is not exactly a, one-time event. It's probably daily in the lives of some of you, whether it be with your friends on social media or those that you commiserate with at local pubs, taverns, bars, while you are at work, while you are, hanging out at the school bus, whatever it may be. I'm sure that this is something that has granted an opinion. The first presidential debate was the most watched debate in history. This has been the year in which there has been more political, commentary, articles and propaganda sort of been throwing around, and still, really to this day, still going into 1 month prior to the election, I still have, this is what I know about the two candidates. I know that Donald Trump wants to make America great again, and Hillary Clinton, something that she's always been really interested in is children. I know that from the ad that I've seen on every one of my own YouTube videos and everything else that I've wanted to watch for the past 2 goddamn months. And it's really starting to wear on my patience. I don't care. At this point, Hillary Clinton has said this so much in this ad, I'm convinced that she's some sort of sick pedophile. It's weird. I don't like it. Show me something else, and show me something that's not just saying, well, this is what he said, or this is what he did. Tell me what you're going to actually do. Same goes for Trump. I'm for nobody, and if you think that that's stupid or retarded, fuck you too. Because a really cool rock is actually the best way to go for president this year. You guys want to know my opinions about it? Really cool rock, man. Harder than Trump, better cleavage than Clinton. You definitely are going to want to have a stein of beer with his Big Johnson. That's for goddamn sure. But that's really what is kind of the point of all this, is how juvenile this sounds. It's basically that take my ball and go home attitude that perhaps whenever you were a youth you experienced, or whenever you were a youth somebody that you were picking on, or you and the rest of the kiddie crowd were all ganging up on, and they take their ball, literally, it's a literal statement. You kids these days might not know what balls are, and they're not just they would literally take the ball that was being used as a toy of play for that, for that afternoon. Maybe it's a kickball, a tennis ball, a football, maybe a basketball, a baseball, a tennis ball. Lars likes those. And they would pick it up and they would go home with their property, which There you go. That's what this sounds a lot like. These, oh, I'm going to move out. It's going to be so bad. I don't want to be part of this train wreck. You have been a part of this train wreck since the beginning. And really, it's something that's, like various other countries, it's the same idea with voting. It's, we have to deal with the crap on the side we don't agree with. We have to deal with the crap from that side whenever our person gets in. It's something that always happens. Is there ever going to be happiness? Happiness is a fish that you can only catch, apparently, if you are the golden bear, and I don't think Jack Nicklaus does any fishing. Rest in peace, Arnold Palmer, by the way. So Lars wanting to move back to Denmark is no doubt going to cause, and has caused already, a bunch of statements about things that have nothing to do with politics. His drumming style, whether or not he should be dead right now because of what happened to Cliff Burton, that's a lovely argument to come back with, isn't it? Even though it wasn't potentially his bunk in the first place. Talking about Lulu, talking about St. Anger, talking about his wife, talking about how he used to be a tennis player, talking about how his dad was a tennis player, talking about where's Denmark? Use a map, you idiot. I'm sure they have that. Search for it on Google. And what does that have to do with his opinion? If you think that he's wrong, just state that he's wrong. If you think that he should embrace a Trump presidency the same way he would embrace a Clinton presidency, say that. If you think that he should have given no opinion at all, Gene Simmons would like you for that, and I kind of would as well. This is one that I feel slip of the tongue while at home, and of course, it's being covered, and of course, it's become this sort of landmark catastrophe. If you read too deeply into this, and if you decide to insult the guy for his opinion, then whenever someone insults you for your opinion, you should be willing to take that too. That's just the way that it stands. You could say that my idea of voting in a really cool rock is a stupid idea, and I would say you're wrong, but guess what? I'd still take it because, well, it's a fucking rock. What the hell is he gonna do? More than these two idiots, I'm sure. But what do you think about this? I'm scared to even ask, but that's the point of this channel. It's the point of these CK and React sections. Let me know in the comments below. I'm coverkillernation. A really cool rock for President 2016. I'd wave a banner if I had one, but rocks don't care about PR at all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.